Welcome to day 3 of our 90 days to create a healthy habit, Yoga Fix 90. I'm Lesley Fightmaster, and today's class is just a well-rounded Vinyasa Flow class. So we're going to start sitting, crossing at the shins, bring your hands together at the heart center, and I invite you to set an intention for your practice. All intentions are always welcome. Maybe the intention could be staying in the now. Inhale the arms up and face your palms toward the sky. Interlacing the fingers as you exhale, we'll turn to the right. Inhale, lengthen tall. Exhale, twisting maybe just a little bit deeper. Inhale, reach up tall. Exhale, and turn to the left. So again, inhale. Reaching up, lengthening, exhale, maybe twist a little bit deeper. Inhale, back and through center. Exhale, and release that. Switch the cross of your legs. Inhale again, arms reach up. Exhale, right hand to left knee, left hand behind. Lengthen, inhale. As you exhale, roll your left shoulder open to twist. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Inhale, both arms up again. Exhale, right hand behind, left hand to left knee. Lengthen up, inhale. Exhale, roll the left shoulder back and twist. Come back to center on your inhale. And rolling forward. And we'll make our way to table, hands and knees, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, heart forward, lift your chin, lift your tailbone up a little bit. Exhale, press away from the floor, bring your chin in towards your chest, around your back. Again, inhale, coming forward, lightly draw your shoulder blades towards your waist. Exhale, round your back and press away from the floor. Inhale, coming forward, lifting chin, lifting tailbone. Exhale and tuck the tailbone around the back, chin toward chest. Inhale, coming forward, making this in the upper back, this arch in the upper back. Keep the low belly lifted. Exhale, pressing and rounding. Walk your hands forward a little bit. Take your right arm underneath your left and come onto your right shoulder and take your left hand behind your back, or you can press the left fingertips on the floor and maybe get a little bigger twist. Or again, to the low back, or hook it onto your thigh, on your right thigh, and pull your left hip back as you twist. Come on to center. Then left arm under the right, so you're onto the left shoulder, onto the left cheek and ear. Right arm behind, or again, fingertips to the floor and widen across the collarbones. So if you take the hand to your lower back, you're going to continue to pull back on your left hip, so your hips will stay level. Take another breath there. And then come on back to center, hands and knees, and then press your hips back toward your heels into a child's pose. Interlace your fingers at your low back, and then reach your arms up toward the sky, any amount. And release that back down, and then unclasp and reclasp with the non-dominant pinky on top. Exhale the arms back up for another shoulder stretch. So any amount, you'll take the arms up to stretch the shoulders. Releasing that, arms forward. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, downward dog. So feel free to bend one knee and the other in this down dog if you like to, bicycling the legs. Just be sure your arms are shoulders distance apart, your feet are hips width apart. As you inhale, make your way into plank, and exhale, lower slowly to the floor. Inhale, peel the chest up into cobra. Press all 10 toenails onto the mat, so your inner thighs will spin up toward the ceiling. Shoulder blades draw down toward the waist. And then interlace your fingers again behind your back and inhale. Lift everything up into Shalabhasana. So widen across the collarbones. Shoulder blades moving toward each other. Arms by your sides. Inhale into up dog, thighs and knees off the floor, or stick with cobra. Exhale to down dog. Look to the hands. Step or hop feet forward. Inhale. Exhale to fold. Root down, rising all the way up and look up. Exhale, hands to heart. Samastitihi. So it's a little bit chilly. I got my leg warmers on. I got my arm warmers on. Inhale, reach up through the arms. Exhale, hinge from the hips to fold. Hips over heels. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step or float back, stepping back to plank. Move the chaturanga and all the way to the ground again. Inhale, peel the chest up, cobra, low or high cobra if it feels okay on your lower back. Keep reaching the tailbone toward your heels. Lower down. Interlace the fingers of the other pinky on top. Inhale, lift everything up. Reach your knuckles toward your heels and reach through the balls of your feet to stretch out the legs. Widen the collarbones. Release down. Hands by the rib cage, pressing up into plank and then to down dog. You can always keep your knees down too when you press up to plank. It's not so easy. Took me a while to be able to do that, to have the strength. So I kept my knees down. Look forward, step or hop your feet up. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, root down, rise all the way up and look up. Exhale, hands to heart. Again, inhale, the arms reach. Exhale, hinge from the hips to fold. Keep your spine long. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step or float. If you're floating back, make sure you land with bent elbows. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. So stretch out your spine. Try to make your spine as long as you can. When we sit during the day and we stand a lot, our spine gets compressed. So downward facing dog is kind of like our being in traction. Look up. Step or hop the feet forward. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Root down and rise all the way up on the inhale. Exhale to Samastitihi. Inhale. Circle your arms up. Exhale. Folding in. Inhale. Lengthen. Exhale. Step or float back into chaturanga. Inhale. Pressing through your hands and feet. Exhale. Make your way into downward dog. Again, stretching back, ears and arms in the same line, arms, shoulders distance apart, feet, hips width, reaching the heels toward the floor, spinning the inner thighs back. Keep your breath steady. Look forward and step or hop the feet. Inhale, lengthen, exhale to fold. Inhale, root down, reach all the way up, looking up. Exhale. Samastitihi. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step or float, chaturanga. Inhaling, press through the hands and feet, shoulders right over the wrists. Exhale, downward dog. And if you're having trouble with chaturanga, it's not easy. I have a little tutorial on the channel that you can look at that will help you with chaturangas. These classes here, they're just kind of flowing from pose to pose. Look forward, step or hop. So the tutorial breaks it down. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold, root down to rise up, inhale, and exhale, hands to the heart. Now bend your knees. Inhale, reaching up into chair pose. Exhale, folding in. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, step or float, chaturanga. Inhaling into upward dog and exhaling back, downward dog. Right leg up, inhale. As you exhale, bend the knee and open up your hip. Press evenly through the arms and the shoulders. Reach your left heel down any amount. Then square off the hips. Exhale, step it forward. Take your left knee down. Pat up your knee if you need padding. Reach up through the arms. Pull your right hip back. Send the left hip forward as you sink in. Exhale, bring your hands back down through chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Left leg floats up. Inhale, bend the knee, open up the hip. Reach your right heel toward the floor. Please also feel free to modify your poses as you need to and rest. Push the pause button if you need to. Left foot forward, right knee down. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, sinking the hips. Spin your triceps forward. Release the hands, tuck the toes, chaturanga. Inhale. Press open the front of the body. Exhale, down dog. Come back to your steady breath. If it's hard to get back to your steady breath, take your knees down to rest. Keep a nice steady gaze. Look past the fingers, step or hop the feet. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees, Utkatasana, chair pose, reaching up and back to Samasthiti. Inhale, bend the knees and reaching up. Exhale, folding in. Inhale, look up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, press through your hands and feet, and exhale to downward dog. Right leg up, inhale. Stand the ball of the back foot to rise up into crescent. Pull the right hip back, send the left hip forward. Reach tall through the arms. Exhale, linger down into chaturanga. Inhale, pressing up. Exhale to down dog. Left leg up, inhale, exhale, step it through. Stand the ball of the back foot. Make sure your left knee's over the ankle as you rise up into crescent. Reach up, left hip pulls back, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, pressing up, exhale, back into down dog. Back to the steady breath. Inhales and exhales equal in length. Gaze between your knees or feet. Look up, step or hop your feet. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to fold. Bend your knees. Utkatasana, chair pose, reaching up. Exhale, hands to heart. Again, bend the knees. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale to fold in. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step or float, chaturanga. Inhale, press through your hands and feet. Exhale to down dog. On your inhale, right foot steps, this time back foot flat, warrior one all the way up. Exhale, lower through chaturanga. Inhale to press up. Exhale, stretch back. Inhale, left foot steps, back foot is flat, front heel in line with back heel, rising up. Exhale, one exhale moves you through chaturanga. Then inhaling into up dog, then exhaling back to down dog. So we're also training our breath as we move through these postures, especially the traditional Surya Namaskara B. We really need to lengthen our breath as we come through chaturanga, one exhale and then one inhale into up dog. Look up, step or float the feet forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, drop the hips, reach up through your arms. And then exhale, hands to heart, lean your torso forward and hook your left elbow across. So as you inhale, lengthen your spine. Make sure your knees are in line. You might need to pull your right elbow was across. Well, either way, you're going to do both. Right hand down, left arm up. Maybe take your left hand behind your back to roll your shoulder open. Exhale, and folding forward. Inhale, bend the knees, drop the hips, reach up, weight into the heels, hands to heart, lean forward, and now the left elbow comes across. Try to draw your left hip back so your knees are in line. Left hand down, right arm up if you like, or you can keep the hands at heart center. Come back through center and fold in, hips over the heels. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to fold. And grab your big toes. You can heel toe your feet hips width apart if you like. Bend the knees as needed. Stretching out the hamstrings. Pull up on the kneecaps and firm your quadricep muscles if your legs are straight. Look up on the inhale, Padahastasana, feet right onto the hands to stretch the wrists. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. So please bend the knees as needed so that you can get your toes all the way to the creases of your wrists. That way you're going to get a nice stretch on those wrists. So we do use the hands a lot. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana. Reach up through the arms, hands to heart center. And again, we'll take the right arm across and twist. This time, left hand behind the back and maybe hook it onto the right thigh. Come back to center and fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, the hands to the hips. And Samastitihi. Back to the front of the mat. Reach up as you inhale. Exhale, folding in. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step or float, chaturanga. Inhale, pressing up into up dog, long breath. Exhale, into downward dog. Right leg up, inhale. Exhale, step it through. Back foot flat, come into warrior two. So line up front heel and back arch. Then interlace your fingers behind your back. Open your chest on the inhale. Exhale and bow forward your right shoulder toward the right knee as you reach your arms up any amount. And inhale, come on up. And exhale, arms out. Take your right forearm to the right thigh. Lift the left arm straight up. And then exhale, reach your right arm forward. Bring your bottom ribs forward. Spin your top ribs back, almost like a little twist in this one. Inhale back into warrior two. And exhale the hands down. Step it back through chaturanga. You can always skip a vinyasa. You can always go to down dog and skip it. Inhale, lifting the left leg. Exhale, step it between the hands. Back foot is flat. Warrior two. Come on up. Gaze over the fingertips. Make sure your knee is right over your ankle and lines up with the second toe in your warrior pose. It's important to keep the knee safe. Lean forward, left forearm to left thigh, right arm straight up. And extend the left arm forward. Try to spin your top ribs back and your bottom ribs forward like you were going to turn your belly button up toward the sky. Inhale back to warrior two. And then interlace your fingers behind your back because I forgot that first. Exhale and fold forward. Right into humble warrior. Inhale back up. Exhale, arms to a T. And windmill the arms down. Chaturanga. Inhale. Press through your hands and feet. Exhale, down dog. Walking the hands back toward the feet. Take my right arm to the inside of my right thigh and take my left arm up and around. If I can clasp hands, I'll start to straighten the legs any amount. So I'm going to roll the top shoulder back, trying to squeeze the shoulder blades toward each other so I get a nice stretch in the shoulders. And we'll release that. A little bend in the knees. Thread the left arm on the inside of the left thigh. Take it to the outside of the hip. Either keep it there or right arm behind and clasp or interlace fingers. If you can clasp, you're going to straighten the legs if possible, any amount. And roll the right shoulder back so you're widening through the chest. And we'll release that. Come on back into downward facing dog. And look up, step or hop your feet. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward folding. Inhale, root down, reach all the way up. Utthita Hastasana. Exhale, Samastitihi, steady balancing. We're going to do, since speaking of balancing, right foot down, pick up your left foot to get anywhere above or below your knee. If you're steady enough, add your arms and reach them up. Find one spot to focus on, something that isn't moving. I found that practicing outside for me is much more difficult because there's a lot more movement, especially right by the ocean. I know it's a luxury problem. And then point the knee toward the front. Extend the leg out again, any amount. Drop the outer left hip down. Then right hand to the outside of the left knee. Left arm back. You can keep the knee bent or extend the leg out for a twist. Widening through the collarbones. Keep dropping down through the left hip. Then back to center, extend it up. Lean forward, step it back, and find high lunge. Then take the back foot flat, line up heel to arch, shift your hips back, lean forward, forward, forward for Trikonasana, triangle pose. Press some weight into the base of the big toe of your front foot, extend up through the left arm, looking up toward that hand if it's okay on your neck. And then looking forward, walk your back foot and get nice and steady and float the leg up whenever you're ready to. And stretch your left sitting bone toward your left heel. If you have a block, you can always place your right hand on the block. The hand's about 12 inches in front, pinky toe side of the foot. Slowly make your way into warrior two. As you exhale, windmill the arms down. Either go to down dog and stay or move through your vinyasa. Look forward and step or hop the feet. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale to fold, root down, rise up, inhaling. And exhale, Samastitihi. So we're going to press down into your left foot and pick up your right foot. Take it anywhere above or below your knee. And the hands to the heart center. A little problem balancing today. Balance is always different on different days. I try not to take it personally. Squeeze the left hip in toward center. Add the arms and reach up. Reach up. Draw the shoulder blades away from the ears. And keeping that leg up, point the knee to the front, extend your leg forward, stretch up through the arms and keep extending through the leg. Now, left hand to the outside of the right knee, bending the knee, reaching back, or you can straighten that leg, taking the left hand to the pinky toe side of the foot, extending the leg out any amount. Keep extending the right arm back. And then back to center, stretch up through your arms. Exhale, lean forward as you step back, crescent pose. Then take the back foot flat, line up heel to arch, arms to a T. Shift the hips back, lean, 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 lean. Left hand down, right arm up. Line your shoulders up with each other. Draw your left sitting bone underneath you. Lean your torso over the left thigh and press down into the base of the big toe of your left foot. So it's as if you could lean up lightly against a wall behind your back. Look forward, bend the knee over the ankle, pick up the back leg when ready into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Reach your right sitting bone toward your right heel and stretch out. If you're pretty steady, glance out of the corner of your eye, see if you can see your toes. Slowly set yourself into warrior two. Take an inhale. Exhale, windmilling the arms down through chaturanga. Inhale, press up. Exhale, and downward facing dog. Rest whenever you need to rest. Push the pause button. It's totally up to you. Look up, step or hop. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root down, rise all the way up. Stretch up tall. Exhale, hands to heart. So we're going to keep the right foot forward. Step your left foot back about 3 feet or so. Square up hips and shoulders. Take your hands behind your back. Press your palms or fists together and then fold forward over the straight leg. Pull your right hip back, gazing towards your big toe. While you're here, try to lift your shoulder heads so that you can get some length and widen across your collarbones. Inhaling up. And then windmill around so that your feet are parallel. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Open the chest, inhale. Exhale, coming forward to Prasarita Padottanasana. C. Make sure that your toes point in just a teeny bit toward each other so that the outer edges of the feet are parallel. Then pull up on the kneecaps, firm your quadriceps all the way up into the hip joint. Inhale, squeeze the legs toward each other. Come on up. And then turn to the back of the mat. Line up front heel with back heel. Square up the hips and shoulders. Arms to a T. Bend the elbows. Press your palms together or your fists back there. Inhale to lengthen and exhale, folding over the left leg. Pulling your left hip back as you do. Send your right hip forward. In Ashtanga, we would say pada drishti, which means gazing towards your foot or your big toe. Inhaling, come up, and feet to parallel, arms up, inhale, interlace with the other pinky on top. Open the chest as you inhale, exhale, and fold in. Again, reaching the crown of the head down, doesn't have to touch. Extend the arms overhead any amount. Squeeze your outer hips and inner thighs like you're squeezing a giant beach ball between your legs. Come on up on your inhale. I slipped. Step or hop your feet together and come to the front, Samastitihi. Inhale, arms reaching up, feet or hips width here, fold forward. Inhale to lengthen, and then take your right hand to the inside of your right thigh, bring your left arm behind you and roll open again. You can stay with that or left fingertips to the floor and float your left leg up toward the sky. So in this pose, your hip might open up a little bit, and it's okay today. So just extend any amount through that leg. It's a little bit tricky at first. Your right arm is still wrapping the right leg and getting a nice shoulder opening. Slowly release that. Come through center. Thread the left arm to the inside of the left leg. Reach your right arm around, clasp or hold your close. You can work on that one. Or right fingertips down. Shift the weight over toward the left foot. And then when you're ready, extend your right leg up any amount. So as you extend the leg up, reach through the ball of that foot. That way you can use the energy of the leg to help extend the leg up. We'll slowly release that. And then feet hips width, grab your opposite elbows. Heel toe your feet together and step back, chaturanga. Inhaling up. Exhaling to down dog. Right leg up, inhale, step it through, back foot is flat, coming to warrior two, and then right into side angle with the arm on the inside. Then perhaps taking your interlock, so your right arm is on the inside of the right thigh, your left arm comes behind your back. You can stay right there or look down, step your back foot forward, ground down into the left leg, and slowly start to pick the right foot up. If you can't clasp hands, you can hold your shirt. As you pick the right foot up, squeeze the left hip in, and maybe extend the right leg out to the side for bird of paradise pose. Can't even see the foot, but it is out to the side. Slowly release. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step or float back, chaturanga. Inhaling, press through your hands and feet, and exhaling to down dog. Left leg up, inhale, step it through. Warrior two, front heel and back arch. Then lean forward, left forearm down, and take it to the inside of the foot, the big toe side. Wrap it through, thread it through, bring your right arm behind you. Hold your hands, or if that doesn't work, you can use a towel or a strap. Squeeze the shoulder blades toward each other. Setting up for bird of paradise. Walk your back foot forward and ground down now through your right leg and start to pick up the left leg. So picking up the left leg and lifting up. Maybe stretch that leg out. It's a big hip opener in this one, as well as stretching out the hips and nice open hips and hamstrings. It's kind of a demanding pose, so take it easy. Slowly release down. Inhale to look up, exhale, step back. Move through Vinyasa, and then lower to the floor. And then inhale, peel the chest up, lift the legs for Shalambhasana, locust pose. And then release and rest. So, like I said, bird of paradise, it's kind of a challenging pose. Now, arms by your ears, reach forward, lift everything up. So you can always push the pause button, rewind, go back, practice it. Take your feet with your hands, if you like, for Dhanurasana, lifting up, pressing the feet back. Widen across the chest and release down. Rest. And bend the knees again, reach back for the feet and lift up, pressing your feet back. If you can't reach your feet, no worries. You can stay lying on your belly and picking up your chest and your legs. Breathe into the chest and release and rest. Hands by your rib cage. Inhale up, exhale, and hips to heels. Take a little break. Child's pose. Stretch out your spine after your back bends. And from here, we're just going to come right to seated and extend the legs forward. Inhale, reach up through the arms. Exhale, hinge from the hips to fold. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale, Paschimottanasana, forward fold. And as you forward fold, I'm going to try to get nice and long through the spine. Never matters how deep you get in, just as long as you feel a stretch. And try not to round your back. Try to keep length. So instead of thinking head to knees, think belly to thighs and get that length, and the chest can move forward. Inhale as head up. Exhale to release. Draw your knees into your chest, lie on your back. And then let your knees drop off to the left side and turn and look over your right shoulder for a little simple twist. Back to center. Exhale, knees to the right. Look over the left shoulder. Inhale, center, hug the knees in. Exhale, and make your way into Shavasana, resting. Feet flop open, arms by your sides, palms up. Close your eyes, and this is where you rest. And it's important to take Shavasana and not skip it, because this is where all the benefits of our practice are integrated into the body and mind. So just release and rest. Our quote from Albert Schweitzer: at times our own light goes out. Start to stretch through your arms and legs. Our own light goes out and is rekindled by a spark from another person. Each of us has cause to think with deep gratitude of those who have lighted the flame within us. Roll to your right, make your way up to seated. Sitting up tall, great job on day 3. Hands to the heart center. Hands to our forehead to remind us to have clear and loving thoughts. Hands to the heart center to remind us to have clear and loving intentions. And hands to the mouth to remind us to have clear and loving communications, sending this wonderful energy to all beings everywhere. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today for our Yoga Fix 90 days to create a healthy habit of our daily yoga practice. Please push the like button and share and comment if you want to. And there's a link below to send us a donation of any amount just to help us to keep going with all of these classes that we're making. We hope that you like them. We really enjoy doing it too. Go to fightmasteryoga.com and thank you.